Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Princess Principal. And this is a donation reward, episode 1 by the way. This is a donation reward for Calypso. And so, just as a reminder, this is our donation reward appreciation week. We are at the end of it. It ends today on Friday with these shows, but yeah, it was a good idea. I liked really doing this and just taking a break from everything else and having some fun with this. I think this was a really good idea. So for those who are new to the channel, might be checking out just for this, or have just recently subscribed or checked out the channel in general. What this is this is a specific week to check out the first episodes of donation rewards, as well as older donation reward series we were already currently running through. For those who don't know, a donation reward is a program we have on the channel in which anyone who donates, no matter how much it is, anyone who donates gets to choose a reward, something for me to react to, whether it be a movie, a series, something on YouTube, as long as I haven't seen it. Donations are sent to PayPal, and then you just choose your reward. And so, with movies, I usually get to 2 a week every week, but with shows, I usually have 2 slots open at a time, and shows last a lot longer, so it takes a lot longer for me to get to new ones, especially when there's a show that has multiple seasons, and I want to get to another season of that one. Like, right now we're doing Symphogear G, which is the 2nd season of Symphogear. So, yeah. But, we are, currently going through this week where we're doing 10 new ones. We're previewing them because I've had a few on the back burner. I've had a few on my list that I just haven't gotten to because of only having time to do up to 2 of them at a time. So there's just been a lot of people who have been waiting for theirs to get to, or be gotten to, and I feel bad about making people wait for so long on getting to some of these shows. So that's why we are doing a bunch of them this week, to at least start them. We're not going to be continuing them right away. They're going to be continued at a later date whenever I can eventually add them into our slots. But we're at least starting them to at least show everyone who donated and we haven't gotten to their content yet. Hey, your stuff is still on the list. It is still coming. We're still going to get to it. It's just, I can only do 2 at a time, so it takes a bit. But this is a way to at least start them, to at least get them going. They will all come back in the future. I just don't know when. So this time, we are doing Princess Principal. This is, once again, from Calypso. What do I know about this series? Well, I remember when this came out, and I think I actually might have checked out the first episode when it first aired. Now, mind you, I don't remember anything. So if I did check out the first episode, like I think I did, I don't remember it. Based on the title, it's like Princess obviously gives me a certain vibe to it. And Principal just makes me think of school, but like specifically, obviously, the head of a school. It's like, it could, I guess, mean like someone having principles, like, like a belief or ideal, or however you want to describe that. That might be more of what it means, because I don't see how like a school principal would make any sense here. But I think it's spelled like that, isn't it? Aren't they spelled different? Like, isn't principal like a school principal spelled with P-A-L at the end, and then a principle as in like a belief or an ideology or whatever, like spelled with P-L-E. And this is spelled, I believe, unless I just got it wrong on here with PAL. I don't know. I might be overthinking it. It might not be that serious. I might just have to check it out to see. I don't know what to expect from this really at all. Um, I guess we're just gonna have to watch and find out. I'm definitely interested though, because in terms of recording, this is the last of the new series that I am recording this week for this Donation Reward Appreciation Week. It's the last one. Because other than this, I've already recorded the other series for today, and then I am going to be recording an episode of a series that we've already started. But it's still a donation reward, but we already started it before. It's already one that's been going. So it's not one of the new ones. And then I'm also planning on recording a movie, so lots of stuff to record today. But yeah, this is the last new series that I'm previewing this week for the future. So, hoping that we end off on a good note. That being said, like I said, I don't know what to expect from this. The title doesn't really give me too much to work off of, but I guess we'll see. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. I'm not 100%, but I think I did see this when it first aired. When did this air? Let me check. Because if it was after 2014, then it's very likely. Because I've stated it before, I think in other reactions this week, that 2014 was when I really started getting into anime. Like, I'd seen some stuff before that, but that was when I really started getting into it. 2017. Okay. Also, apparently there's a prequel film series and a mobile game. What? Just, okay. Yeah, this aired from 2017. And it looks like it was actually an original work, but there is a manga, but it came after. The manga started running in 2019. So that's actually interesting. This was an original work that wasn't based off of anything, but a manga actually did come after the fact. So anyway. So this is a spy thriller. That was unexpected. It's also super intense and has a lot of death. We have these young girls, they're students. I presume they're like maybe like 14, 15 years old. It's hard to say with an art style like this, to be fair. But it's like they're just murdering people. Like this ninja girl slicing people up. This other girl, Angie, the only one I remember the name of outside of Eric, but only because his name was mentioned like right at the end. She's just shooting the shit out of people. It's like, Jesus. Like, I listen, Calypso. What is with you and recommending things with a first episode that throws me completely off my game? First Symphogear and now this. I know there's another thing you have requested that I didn't get to this week, but is that one going to do that too? Don't actually answer that, by the way. Don't spoil me on that. I don't want to actually know. I'm just talking. And what is this mysterious ore or substance or mineral or whatever that allows them to basically fly if harnessed within this machine, but also, if I guess used improperly, can give you poisoning. It's like, what is this? I assume it's going to be explained, but and like also we're just kicked off into this too. That's another thing that like part of what threw me off and like really hit it. It's like the first episode is titled Case 13, first of all. Second of all, it just throws you into it with no explanation, no real like there's a little pre thing at the beginning, like the cold open like gives you like a history of the land and of what's happening, the east and west thing, like what happened with Berlin. It's like you get that kind of information, but it's like after that it just thrusts you into everything like without you like really knowing what the hell is going to happen, and it's just like a million miles a minute. It's like even during some of the slower parts, like when they're like having the omelet or um stuff like that, it's just like it just feels like it's still like tense. um and then you have like the characters. It's like you didn't really get to know them that well in this, except for Angie. She's like the most notable one, and she's like you can't believe literally anything she says. Like, I understand they're spies and lying is kind of what they do. They even make a point of saying that. um but Angie seems to lie like a lot more often, and seems to lie about pretty much anything and everything, so you can't believe anything. Like he even with at the end, she's like saying he like Eric was asking her, it's like, is was the omelet tasting so good to lie to? She's like, yeah, I bought it. And it's like, well, that one, that doesn't stop it from tasting good. Two, can we even believe that, or is that the lie? It's like I feel like that's probably the point. Like you're never supposed to know. But at the same, it's like again, was she telling the truth or lying about her parents dying when she was like 6 or 7 or whatever it was? Like, was it a lie when she said that was a lie? What is the lie? Ugh. But through this, we see like they take on this case. This guy wants to defect from one half of the country to the other. And at first it's just him, but eventually he wants to defect with his sister. So they go to see the sister and see that she doesn't want really anything to do with Eric, and she's also got this poisoning. But they also notice her feet. And I did notice that. It's just I didn't know if that meant like what that meant. I was kind of thinking like that maybe that was just something else to do with the poisoning. But apparently that was supposed to represent a ballet uh, dancer's feet. Like I know that's a thing. Like ballet dancers and whatnot will like if they train long enough and everything with the shoes and all they have to wear, it's like it will affect how their feet look and everything, and it can cause like all kinds of stuff with that. But at the same time, I didn't immediately recognize that from the visuals. Um, but after this, I guess from seeing the feet, like Angie kind of put everything together, and so she went to get that insurance, knowing that she was going to be killing Eric, and that life insurance taken out on him would help pay for his sister's surgeries and all, which was extremely nice. She did not have to do that, but the fact that she did that, the fact that she made sure that this young girl who is innocent in all of this, it's like she didn't go to the enemy side for help. It's like Angie made sure that she would be taken care of as kind of one last gift to Eric, but also just, a gift for the girl herself, because again, she didn't do anything wrong. Eric was the one who stupidly went to the enemy for help. That was on him. And I also understand exactly why he was killed in the end. It's like, it seems harsh as hell. But his action here put these girls in danger. He put their organization, their entire thing in active danger. And so they could have died, their operations could have been ruined. He was a liability to them. Even if they didn't think he would necessarily do it again, they couldn't trust him. And considering what they do, considering their business, they had to take him out. I don't necessarily agree with the action, but I understand why it was done. It makes sense. But I'm glad that she at least helped out his sister. And she said to him, I'm wondering if he knew that she was lying about his sister, because he knew she was a compulsive liar, and she said to him that his sister wasn't going to get treatment. So I'm wondering if he knew at that moment that she was going to be helped. And so because he seemed content almost when he asked if she was going to kill him right before she did. And she said no and then shot him. And I'm wondering if that also, literally in his last moments, would have definitely confirmed for him that she had been lying before. That's my hope. That I genuinely hope he knew. Because I would rather have him have gone out knowing his sister would be taken care of than going out thinking that she was going to die from this poisoning. Because I don't think he was a bad person. He just made a really bad decision that put people's lives in danger. And it's like, again, I understand why he was killed, but I don't think he was a bad person at all. He was doing this for his sister's sake in the first place. I believe that 100%. Yeah, this first episode just really hooked me in. A lot more than I honestly would have expected with a title like this. And now the title makes sense also. Apparently the princess is one of the spies. And on top of that, the team is called Team Principal. The title has been perfectly explained in this first episode. Nothing more to say about that. So yeah. This was just really good. Also, the opening goes really hard. It's not like the best opening I've ever seen by any means, but it goes really hard. And I've seen multiple shows at this point of the entire cute girls doing badass things or whatnot kind of situation, where it's like they use an art style and all that's like a typical cute girl art style, but then the actual content of the series is really cool or badass or just completely wild from what you would expect. Hell, Symphogear is another example of this. Speaking of other shows that Calypso is donated for. Symphogear is a great example of that. Because it definitely has the cute girl aesthetic, but the series is so much more than that. So fascinating, so intense, frightening even at points, filled with a shit ton of trauma. It's yeah, that's a good thing, a very good thing. But I'm definitely excited to see more now, because I'm actually kind of getting into that trope a little bit. I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. But like I said, this won't be gotten to right away. This week has just been previews for these shows. We will be getting to this at some point in the future. I just don't know exactly when right now. It's going to depend on when I finish the shows that we're currently reacting to that are donation rewards, as well as just the order I end up getting to more things in. Because, like I've also stated this week, there's more than just these 10 shows we've been reacting to. There's also older shows that people have requested for me to get back to, or to give another chance to. So there's also those, and there's even a couple shows that I just didn't have the time to put onto this week's schedule as well. So there's still plenty of stuff, even beyond just the 10 shows we previewed this week. So I don't know exactly when we're going to get to everything. I'm going to kind of have to determine that based on just various factors here and there. And we'll work on that when we get to that. And maybe we'll end up doing another one of these donation reward appreciation weeks in the future. I mean, maybe. We'll see. If we do, it probably won't be for a while, though. But yeah, I'm definitely very into this. I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see what this has in store for us. And yeah, hopefully I end up enjoying the rest of it. So tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this first episode of Princess Principal? And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.